calling from an 818 area code. Who's this where you're calling from? I think I know who it is.
Hey guys, it's Dave from Jamaica. Long time.
Dave.
Dave,
Yeah,
so
it's
good.
been a while. How you been?
Not too bad. Hey man. Well, hey everybody, I should say. I'm on my crew. I think you guys covered most of the tough stuff so far. So I have a question. And it's more Twitter related and probably a broader question about social media because
Shoot, yeah. Let me hear it.
it's all gone to complete shit. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
a little
go ahead.
echoey,
Because-
but yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's the office. Yeah. So with Facebook, it's basically nothing but weird video suggestions and borderline pornography, and then Twitter seems to be going down the same road. That if there's any discussion or thread that's popular enough, there's a porn bot in the replies. So I don't know what's good.
Right, those pussy
And
in bio
it reminds
spam
me of
bots have been all over the place. Everyone has seen them. You know what I'm talking about.
They're everywhere.
And then the right seem to be losing their mind because I remember a few years ago they were talking about how women should dress modestly. And now, since Sweeney was on SNL, now there's she's defeated by wokeness by dressing.
Yeah, I don't fully get the Sydney Sweeney thing going on right now. I really am confused by it. She apparently, she hosted SNL this past week, and she wore like a low cut shirt or whatever, and she has big boobs, and people on the right were like, "Whoa, she's just defeated wokeness." And I tried to read a little bit more into it, and it's
They're really
basically
big boobs, apparently.
Yeah, it's basically like apparently they think, or they are pretending to think, so other people believe them, that there was a social justice warrior culture war against like the blonde bimbo archetype. I don't recall that. It's just that's just sort of. They was just, to me, that sort of went out of style in like the late 90s, early 2000s. I mean, they still exist, but they're not like the fad that's trendy right now. That's all.
Yeah. David Dole, friend of the show, posted this headline from the National Post in Canada. Are Sydney Sweeney's breasts double D harbingers of the death of woke?
Yeah, I don't understand what this even means.
Her boobs are beautiful, and she should show them off as much as she wants. I don't understand what this has to do with politics.
That's a really incredible line in a newspaper.
Yeah,
and they weren't the only ones. There were other outlets who did this too.
They all really loved Madam Web. They thought her performance in Madam Web was worth the rehashing the old boobs versus ass argument.
Harbingers of the double D harbingers of the death of woke. Imagine going back in time and like saying that sentence to somebody in like the 1920s.
Yes,
they'd have a heart attack.
Should be in history books.
No, I think that's something they would definitely understand back then. They'd be like,
Go ahead, Dave.
Oh yeah.
No, go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I feel you could go back at least 250, 300. You can go back to Napoleon. That's not 250 years, but you can go back all the way to like Revolutionary War time, and they would get that. You'd have to go pretty far back to be like, But I will say, obviously, it's the degenerate left that made asses a thing, which is why now that she's reintroducing like the boobs to the.
Okay.
This might be like also with her being like a white woman too. I'm wondering if this is sort of
she's white
in their view, a countervailing force to like the Megan Thee Stallion Cardi B-ification of Lizzo-ification of women's bodies.
That's what it is.
Right. They also have pretty big boobs, though. I mean, I feel like this whole conversation is going to get me implicated in a lot of stuff.
But just a couple of weeks ago, the big thing on like the online right was they created an AI to cover up scantily dressed women, and now
that was really weird.
Yeah, and now they're cheering.
Pick a lane.
Yeah, it's very.
That's because
they're ashamed by their sexuality, and then that comes out in weird ways. It's really that's kind of
right.
all it is.
I think
That's definitely part of it, but also like they totally lack ideological permanence, and so like every point they make exists only in the vacuum of the argument that they're having either with somebody or themselves at that moment. And so if you showed somebody like a Republican or whoever wrote this article like 2 days ago, they would be like, this is garbage. I have no idea what this is about. But not that they're ready to make this argument. It's like it's the most important thing to them.
Oh, so like what I remember, I think the Surfs posted a tweet. It stuck in my mind because it boggles, because like one of the first guys to jump on this Sydney Sweeney's defeating the walk with boobs, right? Is what's his name? Richard Hania, that racist guy. And
he was. Yes,
and I think Lands of the Surfs found an old tweet where he is saying that a blonde woman with big boobs should cover up, and now he's posting that. No, it makes no sense to me. It's almost like what means. Anything I don't like.
Yeah.
This sort of goes into your earlier point, though, about the enshittification of the social media space online. They're basically chasing clicks. So they're happy to completely change whatever their supposed beliefs are if it means bringing more people into their core message, which is right-wing policy. That that denigrates minority groups and LGBTQ people, and that puts them on a pedestal. So I mean, that's really, I think, the crossover and the crux of all of it. They're willing to change their opinion on these sort of meaningless points, like Sydney Sweeney and her boobs, in order to win over people to their side and drag them further down the rabbit hole into right-wing politics.